This Rajasthani style of painting can be seen at Bikaner, Jodhpur, Mewar, Jaisalmer. And about our architecture. The Rajputs were great builders. Architecture means build to constructing building or modify the buildings. The Rajputs were great builders. Some of the important examples of Rajput buildings are the strong fortresses of Chittur were Ranatambur and Kumbhalgarh, all in the Rajasthan. So these are the forts: Chittorgarh, Ranatambur and Kumbhalgarh, name of the forts which is in the Rajasthan. These are the buildings. It is the example for the architecture. Then Mandur, Gwalior, Chanderi and Asvigar, all in the Madhya Pradesh. These are all the places. In those places the architectural building they can see is based on the Rajput dynasties. The temples in Khajuraho, the Sun Temple in Konark, the Dilwara Temple constructed in Mount Abu, and Gandhariya Temple and Madhya Pradesh are the examples of the architecture. So these are also the temples: Khajuraho, then Dilwara Jain Temple, Mount Abu, and Gandhariya Temple. So all the name of the temples, these are the temples are the examples of the architectures of the Rajputs. Now we are going to see the temples in Khajuraho, the Sun Temple in Konark, the Dilwara Temple constructed in Mount Abu, and Gandhariya Temple at Madhya Pradesh are the examples of the architectures. So these are all those the temples: Khajuraho, in then Dilwara Jain Temple, Mount Abu, Gandhariya Temple. So all the name of the temples, these are the temples are the examples of the architectures of the Rajputs. Now we are going to see about the advent of Islam. Islam as a religious faith originated at Mecca in Arabia. The founder of Islam was Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. The followers of Islam is called Muslims. The Islamic State, especially the one ruled by a single religious and political leader, was known as Caliphate. Caliph names representative of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. The two early caliphates were Umayyads and Abbasids. Both Umayyads and Abbasids worked to spread the Islam. Arab conquest of sin and its impact. So Arab people came to India, and after their invasion what it happens in the country, we are going to see about it. In AD 712, Muhammad bin Qasim was the commander of Umayyad kingdom. He invaded Sindh. Qasim defeated Dahir. Dahir. Dahir was the ruler of Sindh. So Sindh ruler was defeated by Muhammad bin Qasim. Muhammad bin Qasim killed the Sindh ruler Dahir in the battle. The capital of Sindh, Arur was the capital of Sindh, was captured by Qasim. Qasim extended his conquest further into Multan. He administered Sindh. Then the Arabs called visitors Sindh and studied many Indian literary works. So Arab people came to Sindh and they learnt many literary works of Indians. They translated many Sanskrit those on astronomy, philosophy, maths and medicine into Arabic. They translated the books from like as astronomy and philosophy and maths, medicine all into Arabic language. They learned the numerals 0 to 9 from India. Before that did not know about the numerals. Particularly about zero, they did not know about it. When they came to India, then they learned about the Arabs people, and they came to India, they learned about zero. Through the Arabs, Europe gained more knowledge in maths. The importance of zero was learned by them from India. So the Europe people got the knowledge of zero in India. It is believed that people in the West and Arabs learned to the game of the chess only from the Indians. So Arab people and Europeans learned chess games from India. We are going to see about the Muhammad of Ghazni, that is Islam ruler. Muhammad is said to have conducted 17 raids in India. At that time, North India was divided into a number of small kingdoms. One of them was Sahib Kingdom. The other important kingdoms were Kannauj, Gujarat, Kashmir, Nepal, Malwa, and Bundelkhand. The initial raids were against two Sahib kingdoms, in which King Jayabala was defeated in 1001. So Sahib kingdom was under the hands of Jayapala. So Jayapala was defeated by Muhammad of Ghazni in 1001. Next, his successor, Jayabala's successor, Anandapala, got against Muhammad, but he also was defeated in the Battle of Vaihin by Muhammad of Ghazni in 1008. As a result of his victory, that is of Muhammad of Ghazni's victory at Vaihin, Muhammad extended his rule over Punjab. So Muhammad of Ghazni, what he did, he defeated Sahib ruler Jayapala. Next Sahib kingdom's ruler was Anandapala. Anandapala also was defeated by Muhammad of Ghazni in 1008, not 1808. The subsequent raids of Muhammad into India were aimed at plundering the rich temple and cities of North India. In 1011, he raided Nagarkot, Delhi, Madura, Kannauj, Multan. So these are the name of the places were raided by the Muhammad of Ghazni. Muhammad of Ghazni finally captured the famous temple of Somnath, breaking the idol. Then he returned through the Sindh desert. That was his last campaign in India. Muhammad died in 1030 AD. So after captured the Somnath temple, he went to his place, and when he was traveling on the way, he killed by his one of the soldier. That in 1030 AD it happened. Now Muhammad of Ghori brought Ghazni under his control. Having made his position strong and secure at the Ghazni, Muhammad turned his attention to India. That is Muhammad of Ghori or Ghori Muhammad or Muhammad Ghori. So all this same person, Muhammad Ghori or Muhammad of Ghori or Ghori Muhammad. So all the same person. That is, he secured the Ghazni in his hand. Then in 1175, Muhammad of Ghori captured Multan and occupied whole of it in his subsequent expeditions. That means continuous expeditions. And 11 attacks Punjab and captured it. Okay. Then about the Battle of Tarain. Prithviraj Chauhan defeated Muhammad of Ghori in the Battle of Tarain near Delhi in 1191. This was the first Battle of Tarain. In the Battle of Tarain, Prithviraj Chauhan defeated the Muhammad of Ghori. In 1191, in the second Battle of Tarain, Prithviraj Chauhan was defeated by Muhammad of Ghori. So we take a revenge of this defeat. Muhammad made serious preparation and gathered huge army. He arrived with his large force in Lahore, Khayab, Peshawar and Multan. He sent a message to the Prithviraj asking him to acknowledge his supremacy and become a Muslim. But Prithviraj, he did not listen what was sent to by the Muhammad of Ghori. Many Hindu Hinds and chieftains also joined him in the ensuring the second battle of Tarain in 1192. Muhammad seriously killed Prithviraj. Finally, Prithviraj was killed by the Muhammad of Ghori. Okay, in this lesson we have learned about the kingdoms of Rajputs and the contribution of Rajputs and Palas to Indian culture, the early military expeditions of Arabs and Turkish. I hope all are you watching and interested in this session. So we will meet to next section. Thank you, students.